Let's talk about it.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the show. It's good to be back. My name is Luca and today we're presenting on Dr. Haas All Natural Supplements, and today we're going to talk about Woman Supercharge and Woman Cooldown, both of which were created because of Dr. Mariam here, and today she is joining me, so thank you for coming.
Hi, Luca. First of all, thank you for matching.
I know, right? I know, we noticed like right when we walk in the door.
We usually don't have the coordination of the color, but today we thought the same way. Yes, I'm Dr. Mariam Battiari, and I have married to the doctor who invented the Dr. Haas supplements. I use it, he uses it, our family uses it. It was made not for sale, it was made for me when I experienced hot flashes for years, and I was about to shoot myself, literally.
Yeah. I remember you telling me that, yeah, because it was just like how difficult it was. It was just so painful.
Unimaginable. I have so much sympathy for people that get hot flash. I treat patients with craniofacial pain all day long at my office, and when I see somebody on my chair and I see them, like I could see their face changing color. Your face actually changes color when you have the hot flash coming through. And the other day I had a patient with TMJ, and she said that between TMJ and waking up with night sweats, she doesn't know what to do. And I said, well, I have a solution for that one. That's inexpensive, but the TMJ is pretty costly. So I was really suffering from TMJ. I mean, from hot flashes from 2014 to 2020, just pre-COVID. I asked my husband, who's an immunologist, and Luca will say more about how much education and research he has behind him, but I was frustrated, and I know he's done tons of research and published manuscripts, and as an immunologist, MD, a chemist, as his master's in biochemistry and chemistry. So I asked him, how come you're not helping me? Because it was like I was getting hot when we were in a restaurant, and I was like not enjoying the food. I was hot when I was in consultation with my patients, and it was unbearing. And I am very non-invasive, and you know that, Luca. And I tried everything that was on the market. I went to a very good doctor, Dr. Kim, who is in Redondo Beach, and he did acupuncture for me for months. It improved my symptoms, but didn't take it completely away. And I've tried every supplement that Whole Food Market, Mother's Market, any nutritional supplements that are natural, I've taken it. And although they all helped a little bit, but nothing was for sure like, oh my God, you did it.
Right.
And I was fortunate that my office manager was Peruvian, and I was introduced to a lot of Peruvian supplement prior to really thinking about a supplement from Peru that helps me, and that's where Haas started looking at all the elements, my husband, elements that were in Amazon jungle, all the fruits, and saw the consistency, what has what. And we learned that there was a manufacturer in Peru that had all those nice dried, cold dried, freeze dried plants in their 250 acres of land next to Amazon jungle, and they were really cleanly processing it to be able to put it in the supplement way, and they easily mixed what he wanted to have it mixed, and they made my Woman Cooldown and Supercharge, and it was really made for me. I remember in February 2020, last year, when everything was shut down, we were in Peru, and I had 2 boxes of my supplement, and I'm the type that I make sure if something is good, I make sure I have enough for the next 3 years. So I already ordered hundreds of them for me, so that I know that the company doesn't go bankrupt. I still have some that save.
You'll still survive, yeah.
I still survive. So while I was in Peru for a few days, I start taking it. And we already, prior to going there, worked with the manufacturer. They had the pills ready. We made sure that they understand that we don't want any additives. I didn't want any preservatives. I didn't want anything that was really GMO or products that were bad. And I eat fruits all day long, but how much fruits can you take to get the supplement you need? So they've already concentrated it into one pill. And I remember the second or third day when I was there, I was everywhere and I was testing myself. Like we were sitting and having coffee. Usually when I had coffee, half of my coffee, I would start having hot flashes again.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah.
Anytime I had a little bit stress, so I started testing myself. We were going to visit Machu Picchu up above me, and it was a very rainy, hot day. And
humid, hot, and just
hot.
like just wet.
And I realized I'm walking faster than my husband. And I was testing. I said maybe it's placebo effect, but it is now a year past, and I've not had hot flashes. I don't want to lie. There was a time that I forgot one morning to come here, and I didn't take it. And I through like midday, I kind of felt like either again that could be placebo, but I felt like I'm getting a little bit hot, and I was anxious, and I had to go open a new box in the back and brought it for myself, and I start taking it. So it's really changed my life. I just want everyone to have that. I start sharing it with my patients. I start giving my supplements to patients, putting it in a Ziploc, and it got to a point I told my husband, he's not a businessman. You see, he's not here.
He's a scientist at heart.
He's a
that's
scientist.
For sure.
He's at the hospital. I asked him, I already have my company. I can help you with the business part. Why don't we bring this for people? And that's why I'm here on my Saturday, and I asked this handsome gentleman to be with me here, talented guy too, that's helping us to bring this to people, to know that we guarantee 100% that this works, that this is made clean, and for you. I am enjoying my days in and out. I'm going Monday to Universal Studios. I would be worried if I had my hot flashes.
I can see that.
I would worry about what I'm gonna wear,
especially
how I'm gonna stay
out all
cool,
day. Yeah.
how am I gonna have my water, what I could do, and I'm just ready to go. And we went to Knott's Berry Farm last week, taking my family. So I'm not experienced it now. This could not be placebo.
Yeah, it's been too long.
It's been too long. I quickly before you start, I also take Supercharge. He also work with the company manufacturer for supplements that work with giving me energy, because one of the things I lost through menopause was energy.
I can see that, yeah.
I didn't want him to touch me in the bedroom. I was just tired. I was just exhausted. And imagine you sweating all day long and you're working out. It was like a workout.
Yeah, and it's just like stressful too.
It's stressful too. And the Woman Supercharge, which is doing really well in Amazon, is what I take, and it's consistent of, I'm going to have you talk about the products, what they are in there.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
The Supercharge is doing good. I wish the Cooldown, people trust the Cooldown, because I take both of them, one a day. The Cooldown, I take it at night as well, just right after my dinner. But the Supercharge, I take it one a day, and you can take as many as you want, and there is no side effects with these products.
Yeah, with the Supercharge, so there's 3 ingredients to this Woman Supercharge. You have maca, you have awaki, and then guarana, all of which are naturally grown in Peru, and they basically have been used for thousands of years. And it was basically used by medicine men, and the whole point of it was to increase energy, to increase libido, to increase really anything. When you had a problem, like if you felt down, you felt sick, you felt really anything, they would give you maca, they would give you awaki, these natural fruits that came from the ground that were meant to bring you back to the same balance that you were previously.
I love when Luca uses balance, because it's all about balance. I am patients of mine for 27 years in this practice. They know I've never never is a lie. I usually don't prescribe medication. There are people that come to relieve their pain. It's not part of me. It's not my cup of tea. I love non-invasiveness. I treat my patients for TMJ non-invasively. I've invented a product that is on Amazon as well called BLA Fit, Bella Lip Appliance, that enhances your beauty naturally. And I wasn't going to take hormones. So I'm almost vegetarian, not quite 100% yet, but I really care about my body. I really care about what goes in my kids' body and my friends and family's body. But at the same time, my patients are like my family. I'm comfortable to tell my patients, take a Cooldown and you'll be coming back to get more, because there's no side effects. It works. It's all, like you said, bring the balance.
Right.
And when I remember when I had started my hot flashes in 2014, my mother-in-law, God bless her, she was alive. She was practically living with us. And she would see me get hot and go outdoors in the backyard, our little backyard. We share similar, we're neighbors.
Yeah, diagonal
so
from each other. Yeah.
So you know how little our backyard is. I would go out, try to get some breeze on my body, and she says she never experienced that. Well, when you go back to history, a lot less people suffered from all the symptoms and diseases that we suffer today. We know that. We know that we had more elements that was from nature. We ate more wholesome food, and that's why Incas and all the Indies,
Mayans,
they were Mayans, and they were all healthier, lived longer, and they had their medicine man, like you said.
Yep.
Tell them take this and take this and take that, and we put that in one supplement package, and there's 90 or 100?
There's 100.
100
Yeah, there's 100
tablets
of them. Yeah.
in one bottle that could last me usually 2 to 3 months, and it's like literally pennies for relieving your hot flashes. Yet the estrogen that is in these supplements glorifies your skin as well, because it's what we need as female to have healthy bone as well as beautiful skin and hair. So I don't know if it helped me, but you complimented my hair.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with naturally curly hair. You love it. You gotta love it, especially with all the history of it too, as we were talking about.
History of natural curly hair.
That's awesome. But yeah, that's the best point that I like. What we were talking about with the balance. That a lot of our like the way that we function as a society is really like, you know, when there's a problem, you have to like just smack the hell out of it. And well, the thing is that that's not really how your body works.
That's not.
You don't want to do that to you. You don't want like a hammer to your body. That's not like you want to ease it back into it and get it back regulated. That's you want regulation, balance, all those types of words when you're talking about it. So like with this product, this isn't meant this. So a lot of the hormones, as I said, are like hammers, versus this is much more like a balance scale, where this is just if there's too much of the supplement, it gets expelled, which is not a problem. It makes it much easier for you. So that's one thing that I've noticed
I love
a lot.
what you said.
Yeah, it's just kind of a big problem a lot of the time, where we think like, okay, I have pain in my knee, I'm gonna take like 4 Tylenol or something like that, and it's just like, okay, well there goes your liver is hates you right now. But like to take something that makes it just ease you back into what you want it to be and ease you back to the person that you've been.
We had a question last time in our Amazon Live that they say, why do you get hot flashes? What is hot flash comes from? Well, for female, depending to our age, usually mid 40s to early 50s, we go through a transformation and change, and we're not producing enough estrogen, and we're losing our menstrual cycle. And that's when the natural supplement, our body is not supposed to have that hormone production that we used to, but in nature has produced something to always combat our problems. But we're not eating anything natural anymore. So what the Women's Cooldown and Supercharge do is basically, again, what Luca brought is brings your balance back, gives you the estrogen, the food that becomes you. When you eat natural stuff, if I give you a plum or prune, by the way, we're farmers, and Luca's been to our farm several times. And
Haas is
actually, you're doing more than Haas. He's learned how to do everything. But when you eat a peach that's from nature, that's not GMO, and it's not had all the toxins on it, you eat it, it becomes you. It becomes your body. These supplements becomes you. And if you eat too much of it, it's just like having 5 peaches. You just digest it and wash it away.
Yeah.
So there's no side effect. It's not made in chemistry lab where they mix things up that mimic the hormones that you have. This is actually real. So, and that's why we're here. We're going to stay here until you try it and you see how it works, and then it's going to be a change.
Yeah, and going back to that, where it's like you have stuff called magnesium stearate, and you have parabens, and you have additives, and all that kind of stuff. That's it. Good. Everything that you are what you eat. That phrasing is more true than we actually think it is, really, because a lot of the time you eat something and you're like, oh, like this is supposed to be healthy, and then you read the box and you have like a list of ingredients about that that long. Whereas like if you look at this, it's quite literally either graviola, which is the defense charge, or maca, guarana, awahi, all of those fruit. And then the only other ingredient is gelatin, which is the little capsule itself. So that's all you have to worry about. There's nothing else in here that's going to make you feel like you look at it, you're like, oh God, what am I taking and putting in my body? There's never going to be any of that. And that's the greatest part about this, and all of these products really, is the fact that no matter what, you know what you're getting. You know what's in the bottle. You know that for a fact that this supplement is natural, it's non-GMO, it's third-party tested by the Peruvian Health District. There's no additives, no parabens, no dairy, no magnesium stearate, all that stuff. It's a perfect
Do we have
product.
a video of the factory in our site or not yet?
Not yet. That's gonna be.
We visited the company, the factory. We visited their beautiful heaven next to Amazon jungle, and we were actually able to eat some of the fruits that are in these products really naturally.
Just right off of it, yeah.
And I cannot tell you that how much I'm looking forward to things to open up so I can go back to Peru. And I told my husband, I said, can we just bring a luggage of fruits? He says, customs not gonna let us. I said, why? It's just fruits. Why can't we just take some fruits? And I don't know why a lot of those fruits are not sold here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're importing and exporting everything goes from Turkey, our apricots to Italy. I don't know why we're not bringing fruits that are from heavens in Amazon jungle to our country here. And once a while we see a fruit in the market and it's so expensive you can't even eat it. And you go to Peru and they're so well priced. You can have, like, you go to their fruit market, it's much more than the 10 fruits that we have here: apple, pear, orange, tangerine, and banana.
Yeah.
You know, there's just so many fruits out there that are not, we have it in Amazon jungle and we don't have it here.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that trip. I actually kind of want you to talk about, like, walking through all of that, like the beauty of it, and the going to see Machu Picchu and going to see all of that. Like,
oh my
it
goodness,
just sounds
it's
incredible.
like a dream. It is incredible. We had great time. I went in with in the plane with having hot flashes. The best thing was I came back in the plane and I just didn't feel a thing about hot flashes. And but as far as nature goes, you're not showing the Machu Picchu. When there's a high elevation, when you go from Lima to see Machu Picchu, you stop at another town there, and you're not going to ask me the name right now, but they actually have coca leaves. They say that elevation will make you dizzy, makes your heart pump.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that every hotel you go, they have coca leaves, and you're supposed to have a tea, and they recommend. And my office manager told me, she actually came with us, and she told me she didn't come with us to Machu Picchu, but she says when you're in Machu Picchu, you're going to have to take coca leaves before you go to Machu Picchu. Actually, when you go to that town below the Machu Picchu, and then you have a 2 hours of bus drive to get to Machu Picchu. You have to have coca leaves. And I remember I was like, wow, coca leaves? Is that cocaine leaves? But it's actually, when you have things from nature, they don't do
the same
things
effect
that are crazy as when, like mint leaves, right? And then you make menthol, and then that's chemical.
Right.
If you don't process things from nature, it's beautiful. So we had the coca tea, and it was delicious. And then they told us to have something light because you're going to get sick.
That makes sense. I can see that.
We went in the town and we're like walking around and we're like exploring the town and seeing. That didn't happen to us. But she warned us that it's going to happen to you. So we went back to hotel. We were hungry, and then we were going to order some delicious Peruvian food. And then I said to my husband, I said, Haas, we're only going to order soup. Because Olga told us that we have to listen. So we had the soup. And then within an hour, when we were walking around, we noticed that your breathing is heavy. Your lung is like, I don't like this.
There's no air up here, man.
So we had to sleep that night there. And then the next day we went to Machu Picchu. We were more balanced again.
I can see that.
With the elements that they asked us to do. But it was beautiful. It is beautiful. You're mind blown to know how many years ago they built these castles so far up in the mountain. Like, this picture does not show how high it is. There you go. This does not show. By the way, I bought this from Amazon. This doesn't show what elevation this is built. When you're up there and you look down, you see the elevation. Your brain. If you're afraid of height like I am, then you go crazy.
There we go.
And so you have to go to see it. Now I know why people like actors like
Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt,
Angelina
all those
Jolie,
kind of, yeah.
also the Cindy Crawford,
Oh, that's
and then
right.
we've got not Jack Nicholson, Robert De Niro, and then the one that did the Titanic.
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio. These guys, they and a lot more. These are the names that the people in the town of Machu Picchu told us when we went with the visitors. Oh, we see them all the time. They go there is because they found the key, an element to livelihood. I mean, there are people live there. You're looking at zero pollution town. You're looking at nature in the hundredth, thousands.
Well, especially in the Amazon, when you have the like incredible diversity of that forest is unreal, and you just like you can look around, you could hear the like the birds, the like really any animal you could think of, the bugs, and really just. It compared to where we live, LA, where it's just mostly concrete, let alone like.
Well, we're very lucky we have the beach.
Yeah, the beach helps a lot, that's for sure. But it's just like a different environment where you just able to like sit there and just be like, wow, this is really what like we're meant to be in.
Yeah.
Like this is what it's about.
Yeah, nature is the best thing, and even when you go to a restaurant in Lima, which is the capital, and it's very modern, it actually looks like Santa Monica Beach. You go to any restaurant and you ask for juices, they have freshly made juices there. Like you ask for mango, there's like, here's a mango juice comes to you. You ask for guava juice, you ask for a mixture of this and that. Oh my God, it's like you're in heaven.
It really seems
honestly like heaven, and it's not expensive.
Yeah, I love the fact that because it's much more normal to have like a fruit juice than like, a cocktail or like something like that.
Yeah,
where it's like,
I didn't see too many people drinking, because in restaurants on the tables like this big of bottles of fresh made juices. Now you go to any juicer around here and you order a juice, there's half of them is frozen.
Yeah, you get like Minute Maid.
Yeah, half of them are frozen into some, banana and some strawberries, maybe an orange that's in there. But you're looking at a country that's very rich in their soil and their fruits, and we were very happy that we learned about it. I would never go if it wasn't for hot flashes, and now it's a country that I'm going to visit as soon as things are clean a little bit and the government takes the regulation of their mask regulation. Will be going there.
So going back to Women's Cooldown, what we were talking about earlier, so that because we talked about Women's Supercharge has maca, awahi, and guarana in it. So Women's Cooldown actually only has 2 ingredients. It only has soybeans and awahi. So going back to the awahi as well, the reason that we use those ingredients is just due to the fact that like soybeans have been proven to really boost your natural estrogen levels without any of the side effects, and along with fennel seeds as well. Fennel seeds work just because we're probably going to use those soon.
Yes.
And the soybeans have a lot of bad connotation, and that's due to the fact of American soybeans. And so American soybeans
or Chinese
soybeans are very different compared to the Peruvian soybeans, because our soybeans are all identical, and that's because of genetic modifications, and that's what GMO comes from. All of those have just basically, it's like bananas, like they're all identical. So the difference is these soybeans that are grown in Peru is that they have diversity, they have their original DNA, it has everything that they've been created for thousands of years, and they haven't been changed. And that's why these are so potent. Really more than anything.
Absolutely.
And it's just makes it such a better ingredient.
We do have a negative connotation, like I would never buy soy milk.
Right.
I would never buy any tofu here. But if I'm in Japan and they have a good source of tofu, definitely I'll take it. But we know that we're making cars, car bodies, like parts from soy product, and it's massively made GMOs, with genetically modified, and
for industry.
We do not want to put that in our mouth. It's okay if my car door is made from soy product. That blows my mind.
I know,
how they even came up with that, but I don't want to take that. So we made sure that these 250 acres of land by Amazon jungles are producing these non-GMO. None of the products that they have is GMO. They're all natural. In fact, I don't think you see any GMO products in Peru. Like here, we don't have a good connotation about corn
Right.
or potatoes
Mhm.
because everything was modified. But over there, there's like thousands of kinds of potatoes. Everyone flavors differently. Corns, oh my God. I want to go there for the corn because you're eating non-GMO corns
Right.
and you're actually enjoying it. And I hope they will never change to more westernization and GMO and big production. And I'm just like a big supporter of our earth.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's just what was I gonna say? It's just like so interesting to see the difference of the cultures and going from here to there. And it's just so nice that we still have those available to be able to bring them to the United States and be able to offer these
Yes.
to people, because it's such something that we just lost probably 100 years ago now. But it's just like, thankfully nowadays it's coming back much more, and due to the fact of just like wanting to get back to natural remedies, balance in your body. That's why meditation is so popular, yoga is so popular, organic, all those keywords that you hear on the news all the time, is because people are trying to get back to it. People are trying to get back to where, like, wow, our screens and our jobs and our lives are so busy now that they're just enveloping everything, that we need to get back to what really being a human is, what really being natural is, bringing that balance.
You almost have to do what we're doing, do farming. I mean,
Right,
I'm going to
yeah.
suggest to you, who is a young individual, and you haven't got married yet and don't have any children, that think about a space in this universe that you can go and have a little farm and really maintain your own living there. Because everywhere is going to be controlled, and our population is being controlled. So you need to really think about what your kid's going to have,
Right.
and start producing that. Unfortunately, we're limited in Tehachapi with all the fruits that we have. If I ever retire, that's where I'm going to start having my greens.
Right.
And I bought all the seeds. By the way, buy all the seeds. Keep it for yourself before everything becomes seedless, because seedless means GMO.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and going out to Tehachapi was such an interesting experience. If you go on our Instagram page, you'll actually see videos, and you'll go on TikTok, Dr. Haas Supplements, on both Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. You'll see the natural fruits. I don't know if you saw this video yet, but it's showing the actual you see all the fruit, and Haas always talks about how you have the fruit out there, and you have there's three parts of the tree. There's the top of the tree, the middle, and the bottom of the tree. The top of the tree is for the birds, the middle part of the tree is for us, and then the bottom of the tree, or the fallen ones, are for the squirrels.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah, I
I
know,
didn't
right?
think about that.
Yeah. So that was always the way he described it to me, and that's the latest video that we put on Instagram is the perfect example of that, because we are harvesting peaches. And so when the peaches, this is proof of how natural everything at that farm is because when the trees grow their fruit, there's so many fruit on there that the fruit actually end up breaking the branches. That's how heavy the tree is, just because they're growing it at such a rapid rate, which is like unheard of, really, when you think about it. Because you always hear about people like, oh, I've been growing this tree for 10 years now, and it hasn't produced any fruit or anything.
Yeah.
And then you go over to Haas's place, and you see that there's
Extremely
thousands of fruit on one tree, and it's just like, all right, well.
Because he talks to his trees.
Yeah.
He nourishes them. He cares for them. That's why all the, 800-900 trees that he has, he goes one by one on any weekend that he goes there, and he probably misses. And you got the one that has all the bees on him, and they're eaten. But natural is not beautiful. Natural is, it is beautiful, but when you see fruits that are perfect,
it's not perfect.
Perfect. Just think about if it's organic or not, because we're farmers and we're harvesting organic things, but they're not perfect. And we've learned through this last 15 years that if they're perfect looking, maybe there's few perfect looking ones, but
there's a couple.
It's not, you can't get those perfect sized. Every apricot in the store is the same size.
Yeah, exactly. Every apricot is exactly this perfect size. Yeah.
Yes, you can't have that. There should be diversity, and it is in nature like that. So coming out of the farm, go back to nature. If you're suffering like I did from hot flashes and energy, the Woman Supercharge and the Woman Cooldown is what I take every day. There's other supplements. We have 5 products on the market. One for patients that are post-cancerous or pre-cancerous, or they have immune deficiencies. It's all graviola.
Mm-hmm.
It's only one ingredient in there, high concentration of graviola, which will, if you had, it's not a treatment, but it's a really good supplement to boost your immune system.
Yeah.
And then we have also Men Supercharge that Luca and my husband take, and we have also the Men prostate health, which my husband and your dad.
My dad,
that's for a little bit more older men, just to prevent. It's all prevention and bringing things to balance.
That's another thing we need to talk about next time is prevention. Because that's like not even heard of in America.
Yeah.
It's always reactionary of everything.
Yeah, we react to everything.
But I think that's a perfect way to place to stop. So thank you for joining me again. It's
Luca.
good to be back again. And it was great seeing you guys, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
Have a great weekend. How long did this go?
I don't know.
I think it was 40 minutes.
We were going for a while.